Thank you for the entertainment. Our chief guest, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, the CS Minister of Education, the Principal Secretary, the State Department for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda Nyangara, the Chairman, Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha Nyegoti Chacha, the Commission Secretary, Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, the Chairperson of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Public Universities in Kenya, and the Vice Chancellor of University of Embu, Professor Daniel Mugendi, the Chairperson of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Private Universities in Kenya, and Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of East Africa, the Very Reverend Professor Father Stephen Bogwa, the Executive Secretary of the Inter-University Council for East Africa, who is represented here by the Deputy Secretary, Professor Idris Rai, Chancellors of Public and Private Universities present, the Vice Chancellor present, Principals of University Constituency Colleges present, all chairpersons of state corporations who are present, the CEOs of state corporations who are also present, the head of education for the Business Council in Kenya, Ms. Monica Dad, the regional office in Nairobi, Dr. Dorothy Wira, distinguished speakers, exhibitors, and facilitators, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Dr. David Mudhaka, deputizing the CEO of Commission for University Education, and mine is just to welcome you to the 4th Biennial Conference on Universities, Research, and Innovation. The conference is anchored on the theme, catalyzing systemic social transformation through research and innovation. And it is aimed at advancing the research agenda in the university sector and its contribution to societal transformation. I encourage all of us to seize this opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue, share insights, contribute to the advancement of research and innovation in the university sector. Together, let us use the inherent strength of academia to transform and propel our society towards a brighter future. Chief guest, herein we have registered, or we have participants who are more than 300 from over 50 universities, both private and public, and also from other institutions coming from the region or in the diaspora, including the Inter-University Council of East Africa, who are with us today and exhibiting with us today. And we promise everyone that you'll be able to experience a conference with stimulating sessions and exhibition. And it's my humble duty to welcome our CEO, Professor Mike Kuria, to give his remarks and also now take over the program. Thank you very much. God bless you, as I wish you good deliberation during the 3 days. Professor Mike Kuria, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Muthaka. Our chief guest, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, and CS Minister of Education, Kenya, the Chairman of the Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha Nyegoti Chacha, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education and Research, Minister of Education, Dr. Beatrice Inyagala, Professor Daniel Mugendi, Vice Chancellor of the University of Embu, and also Chair of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Public Universities in Kenya, the Very Reverend Professor Father Stephen Bogwa, Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of East Africa, and Chair of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Private Universities in Kenya. Professor Gaspard Banyankibona, here ably represented by my good friend, the Deputy Executive Secretary, Professor Idris Rai. Dr. Dixon Adala, the CEO of the National Research Fund, the head of the British Council in Kenya, my good friend Monica. You'll allow me not to pronounce your second name, and I'll allow you to do that later. Dorothy Weiler, who is the Director, DAD Regional Office. Vice Chancellors present here, principals of university colleges, distinguished speakers and facilitators in this conference, exhibitors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm really delighted on behalf of the Commission for University Education to welcome you to the 4th Biennial Conference on University Research and Innovation. I must say that without each and every one of you, this wouldn't have happened. And for that reason, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for coming and wish all of us the best. Honorable CS, before you are critical higher education stakeholders in Kenya who are committed to one thing, at least for now, research and innovation that catalyzes systemic social transformation. We are very glad that in this meeting, we have Professor Daniel Mugendi, for example, representing all the vice chancellors from public universities, and he'll be coming here to say one or two words a little bit later. But I want to take this opportunity to thank all the vice chancellors who are here from public universities, and I want to thank you very much, Professor Mugendi, for coming to make remarks in this meeting. Equally, I would like to thank the very reverend Professor Father Stephen Bogwa. I always enjoy him. I tell him I have to be nice to him in case there's the door. He's my good friend, so I'm very glad that he's here this morning. Thank you very much, Prof, for coming to make remarks here and also represent the vice chancellors of private universities. Honorable CS, I want to let you know that in this we have jointly organized with our sister organizations. They have been very supportive in line with what has been asked of us by the government to make sure that institutions are working together. The Commission for University Education has made that effort. And for that reason, you'll find that Dixon Adala, who is the CEO of the National Research Fund, will not only be speaking in this forum, but he is also part of the organizing team here, and he has organized researchers that he has funded to make presentations in this conference. You will also find that Dr. Alice Kande, Director of the Kenya National Qualifications Agency, is here or will be here and has supported this conference. So we have been working together with sister organizations to make sure that this happens. Honorable CS, I also want to mention that we are aware we are working within the East African community. And we are working in that context. And I think members may be aware that in 2017, the East African community was declared a common higher education area. And no less than Cabinet Secretary, universities may be able to see how they can leverage on EAC Scholarship Mobility Scheme, for example, to bring about internationalization so that we have more students studying in Kenyan universities that are coming from our neighboring countries. They may be also able to take advantage of the EAC program, and they may also be able to take out special skills available in other universities in a program known as Staff Mobility Scheme, where there is staff exchange between universities. So we are delighted, therefore, my good friend, Professor Idris Rai, that you took time to come and be part of our conference today. And we are glad that you're also exhibiting outside here. Honorable CS, last year, you allowed us to visit the United Kingdom and to go and benchmark with what was happening here. And one of the organizers of that particular meeting was our good friend Monica, who is here. And I want to let you know that we took advantage of that trip and we made some connections. In other words, we networked as was designed in that particular visit. And for that reason, we'll have Professor Washington Otto from the be speaking to us. Some of you may know that university was ranked one of the, and that networking. We also have Chris Odido, who is here, and who wrote an article just last week in the newspapers on AI. Enter into an arrangement with the QA UK on insect foods. We have Dedan Kimathi here, for example, the only one that is engaged in manufacturing of semiconductors, maybe in Africa, if I'm not wrong, but maybe the VC will correct me about that, but he's over there. Thank you very much for coming. And I could go on, Honorable CS, maybe you know that the QS ranking recently raised up the University of Nairobi, and the University of Nairobi was ranked a little bit even higher than it had been before. Some of these stories are not usually told, and I think it's good that we tell this kind of story. And I'm glad that the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi is here to be part of this particular process. So as I said, I will not go on and on, but I want to underline one thing, CS. One of the things we have done in this conference is that we have deliberately invited students to come for this conference. We ask universities to nominate 2 students who are top researchers in those universities to come here and be part of this conference. Why? Because we want to take care of not only for the present, but also the future. And we would like to nurture those particular brains. So I am really delighted, and those students who are here do feel welcome, participate in this conference. You are equally here and entitled to be here. Thank you very much. So since I would not like to prolong this too much, let me just take this opportunity to thank you, CS, for coming to this meeting. Thank you also to the PS, Dr. Beatrice Nyangara. She is well known in these circles, and we really appreciate that both of you could come and be with us this morning. Thank you very much. I would like to take this opportunity to just invite only a few people. There are many people here who would have liked to come and say, would have liked for them to come and say a few words, but we cannot be able to do that. So allow me, CS, to just invite a few, 1 or 2. And I would like to begin with Monica, the head of the British Council, to just come and say a few words and greet us. Karibu, Monica. And then you can help us pronounce your name.
Habari asubuhi. Honorable Machogo, CS in the Ministry of Education, dear colleague and friend, Principal Secretary Beatrice Nyangala, Honorable Chairs with us here today, Chief Executive Officers present, esteemed Vice Chancellors from Kenya, university staff and students, representatives of other development partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It is an honor to be here today, and I'm truly humbled to be sharing this podium with such distinguished speakers before and after me. And it is a momentous occasion to celebrate this gathering, and we at the British Council are proud to contribute to it. For us, contributing to such dialogues is in line with our British Council purpose, which is to build connections, to build understanding and trust. So ultimately, together, we contribute to peace and prosperity. We do this by working directly with individuals to help them develop the skills, the confidence and connections to transform their lives, and also by working with governments and partners in the education, English language and cultural sectors. We recognize the value of events like this one organized by the Commission for University Education today, which brings together policymakers and practitioners to share knowledge and experience, to discuss common challenges, to align and strengthen systems to shape policy, and to forge new and long-term partnerships that will bring about mutual benefit. In 2022-2023, the British Council has reached 600 million people through our face-to-face and online programs. We have on-the-ground presence in over 100 countries, but we do not go alone. We go with our partners. We are working in many countries in partnership with governments and institutions to create an enabling environment for transnational education partnership programs, to meet the increasing demand for tertiary education and to reach millions of students beyond the traditional elites. Our approach is guided by the Sustainable Development Goals to ensure inclusive and equitable education and to promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. We also aim to embed the goal of achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls into our programs and partnerships. And I'm personally aware of how close this cause is to the heart of the CS and the PS and this government. I'm very much looking forward to listening and contributing to discussions over the next few days as you share lessons and you consider joint approaches to address priorities for universities in Kenya and beyond, and in particular how research and innovation intersect with teaching and learning to improve the quality of education. The increasing demands that are placed upon universities by parents, by industry, by students, by government, to deliver a transformational educational experience which prepares young people for a world of work and for adulthood, which is changing faster than any of us could have ever imagined years ago, will continue for years to come. Evidence tells us that higher education has a critical role to play in socio-economic development. It supports economic growth for countries and enhanced earnings for students, and it generates skills and employment opportunities. It contributes positively to enhancing the quality of life for those who participate in it, but also through the influence of the graduates on the wider society. Higher education strengthens and gilds the capacity of vibrant and engaged civil society and can lead to graduates demanding equality and, in return, driving social change. And last but not least, it can also strengthen basic education provision through graduate contribution and supports national health systems and peace building. Under the leadership of the CS and the PS here in Kenya, the education sector has made a commitment to adopt innovative policy practices, approaches, and education governance systems that ensure all learners are equipped with skills, knowledge, and values that provide them an opportunity to thrive in the 21st century. And it is with pleasure that I welcome that commitment, and I applaud you, CS and PS, and all of you present here today for that commitment. Last week, the CS launched the National Education Sector Strategic Plan, solidifying the commitment that education is the cornerstone upon which the bottom-up economic transformation in Kenya will be built. I'm looking forward to seeing how we at the British Council can best continue to support you on this journey together with UK partners, but also together with other development partners. Our relationship in Kenya is a special one, built over years of deep dialogue, engagement, and collaboration. The British Council has been present in Kenya since 1947. In 2020, Kenya and the UK agreed a strategic partnership grounded on 5 main pillars: mutual prosperity, security and stability, sustainable development, climate change, and people to people. This strategic partnership renewed the commitment between our two countries to build productive alliances in skills and education, science and research, innovation and entrepreneurship, arts, culture, and sport. This is where the British Council and our team here in Kenya have been focusing their attention for the last few years, working closely with Kenyan higher education institutions that build capacity through a network of partners across Kenya, connecting thousands of students, educators, policymakers, academics, creatives, and entrepreneurs with the UK, generating opportunities for young people to achieve their potential and to contribute to society. I am proud to say that we work closely with the Ministry of Education and other Kenyan institutions represented here today. We'll continue to do so for the long term. This is because we believe no institution and no country alone can succeed to address the challenges of our time. Here in Kenya, just to highlight a couple of recent successes, and across the continent, we have supported partnerships that promote cutting-edge teaching and learning methodologies that foster critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Go no further than looking at the incredible impact that work led years ago by our PS Nyangala has achieved, where together under her leadership we trained more than 2,700 teaching staff in innovative pedagogies and influenced the design of teaching and learning across more than 1,000 departments in 11 African countries. There is a lot of knowledge and experience, commitment and ambition in this room here today, and we can continue to build on that. I would also like to acknowledge and appreciate the progress that the Commission of University Education has been making in recent years in terms of promoting internationalization. We as the British Council are also proud to be supporting in a very small way these efforts of the Commission to develop an internationalization policy framework and guidelines for mobility of students, researchers, and faculty, for collaboration in the development and delivery of joint academic programs and for the development of joint research grants. I welcome this partnership and collaboration approach that Prof. Korea has embraced, and we will look forward to identifying ways to further support that. We are also very proud of the partnership that we've established over the last year with 14 universities, and several of the vice chancellors are here in the room today, working in partnership with the Kenya National Innovation Agency and establishing a network of entrepreneurial institutions, leaders, and promoting entrepreneurship and innovation. These are but just very few examples as to how we are humbled and continue to play a very small part and contributing to strengthening the relationship between the UK and Kenya, but also helping Kenya to promote in the higher education sector its internationalization agenda. Before I conclude, I would like to recognize the work that CUE is undertaking, and I welcome its ongoing efforts. And I just want to leave you with two thoughts. First, as Prof. Korea mentioned earlier, there's a lot of good work that's happening in this country. We need to continue to tell that good and positive story. We can never do enough of that. So that's my first one, continue to fly the flag and tell the good, positive story. The second reflection that I want to leave you today is that there's so much experience, so many approaches, so many frameworks, so many tools that have been developed in the last few years that even I personally am familiar with. There's a wealth, a depth, and a scale of experience that needs and should continue to be shared. And it's not so much about what we do moving forward, but it's about how we do it. And my call to action is that we can do that together, and this is the how, working more collaboratively, working through partnerships. On behalf of the British Council, I would like to reassure you of our commitment to continue connecting institutions in our two countries and beyond for the mutual benefit of young people and of our societies at large. I would like to thank and congratulate the Commission for University Education for hosting this important event, and I wish you a very successful event. Once again, thank you very much, and I'm humbled to be here with you today. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Monica. Allow me now to invite Professor Idris Rai, who is the Deputy Executive Secretary of the Inter-University Council for East Africa, to bring us greetings from that region. Karibu, Prof.
Asante sana, Professor Korea. Chief guest, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Republic of Kenya, the Chairperson of Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha, the Principal Secretary, Minister of Education, Republic of Kenya, Dr. Beatrice Muganda, CEO, Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Korea. I would like to recognize chairs of the associations of vice chancellors from public and private universities here present, Head of Education, British Council, Miss Monica, vice chancellors, and I'm happy to see some of the old colleagues, but also recognizing one of our board member around here, professor from our university. Distinguished delegates and participants, ladies and gentlemen. As I've been introduced, I'm representing my executive secretary, and I'm giving a speech to read on his behalf. Now, before I start reading it, allow me to say a few words. I'm sitting on a chair that Professor Korea has sat for 6 years in Kampala as a Deputy Executive Secretary. Professor Korea left legacy at the IUCN. And I'm glad for the good word that you've explained. I couldn't explain them better than you regarding what we provide at IUCN. Professor Korea has left a brother at IUCN, and I mean brother. There's only not blood brother, but his brother, the secretary, executive secretary. They call each other brothers. And I cannot foresee any future whereby these two people will not support each other. And the fact that the executive secretary is not here today is because there are circumstances beyond his control. But otherwise, He will be very happy to join you here today. And he conveys his regret that he wasn't able to regret, but he's not happy for the decision. Now let me start reading his speech. I'm delighted and honored for the event, as it is focusing on subject that holds the key to unlocking the optimum potential of the East Africa region in fostering socio-economic transformation, and the event that also focusing on the subject that is one of the core functions of the Inter-University Council for East Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, as you might be aware, the Inter-University Council for East Africa is one of the institutions of the East Africa community, which in the context of Article 5 and 105 of the EAC Treaty is mandated to advise, develop, and coordinate all matters related to higher education and research in the community. The main objective of establishing IUCEA, that's Inter-University Council for East Africa, are to facilitate networking among universities in the EAC member states and with universities outside the region, and provide a forum for discussion on a wide range of academic and other matters related to higher education in East Africa, and facilitate maintenance of internationally comparable education standards in East Africa in order to promote the region's global competitiveness in higher education. Beyond being an intergovernmental organization, IUCEA is also a member-based institution. And I appreciate the presence of our members. I mentioned the chairperson of our board in this forum. They are members, University of Nairobi, and other members as well. I appreciate the presence of our members in this forum, one of the most active being the convener, by the way, the Commission for University Education here is also a member of IUCEA. Now I take this opportunity to congratulate Professor Kuria and his team for successfully organizing this conference and for extending an invitation to IUCEA. Ladies and gentlemen, since its establishment in 1980, IUCEA has been promoting collaboration amongst higher education institutions in the region and has been very active in developing standards, policy guidelines to advise partner states in various aspects of higher education as it is provided by its Act of Establishment. Some of these standards and tools are already implemented in various countries. Specifically, IUCEA has developed and spearheaded implementation of key regional higher education quality assurance tools, harmonized qualification framework, students' mobility and staff exchange policies, program benchmarks, regional program accreditation, and more. Some of these, as I said, are being used in different countries of EAC and beyond, as they are free of access on our website. The achievements recorded by IUCEA over the years have led to a declaration of the East African community as a common higher education area by head of states in the EAC in May 2017 in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, as this has also been mentioned by Professor Kuria. He was the one who did this work. He was there when this declaration was done. Now, this milestone highlighted not only the need for, but also EAC readiness in harmonizing, enhancing the quality and comparability of higher education systems across East Africa partner states, leading to mutual recognition of qualifications in East African community. Distinguished participants, another core function of IUCEA, which is relevant to this conference, as provided by its Act of Establishment, is to promote collaborative research and innovation ecosystem in higher education institutions in the region. Hence, at IUCEA, we believe that East Africa region has enormous potential of being fully fledged knowledge-based economy, and we appreciate the crucial role of research and innovation in socio-economic transformation. We also recognize the challenges facing higher education institutions in undertaking impactful research. In a study conducted by IUCA in 2021 on university research and innovation management capacities in the EAC region, it was found that the key gaps in higher education institutions in terms of conducting impactful research include financing, research management capacity, knowledge transfer, and knowledge and technology transfer, and intellectual property management components. IUCA are recognizing that strengthening research and innovation in higher education institutions demands for collaborative attention and effort in addition to sustainable financing instruments. Ladies and gentlemen, enhanced higher education and research capacities will significantly contribute to moving the region from being fragile to agile. IUCA has therefore been intentional in efforts and actions of creating synergies to stir regional transformation through different interventions such as research and innovation management capacity development programs. But there are a lot of other activities that we are doing in this sphere. We are currently developing a research excellence framework for higher education in East Africa. It is envisaged that the implementation of the framework will contribute to enhancing the quality, productivity, and impact of research in the region, and thus boost regional competitiveness. As key stakeholders here, particularly vice chancellors, you will be called upon to share your input and validation of the framework. IUCA is also developing university-industry collaboration strategy to strategically guide institutions in the region, institutions of higher learning, in developing impactful partnership with industry to foster technology transfer and innovations for regional transformation. Distinguished participants, once again, we commend the Commission for University Education for organizing this regular conference with the goal of catalyzing systemic social transformation through research and innovation by providing a platform, knowledge sharing, and exchange, dissemination of findings, and benchmarking. We reaffirm our strong support to the initiative, which for sure is expected we do for the region. And hence, you participate in that transformation, but also you involve your staff in those kind of important agenda and activities. As has been said, we have our booth, so more information is available to our exhibition booth. And we invite you to visit that one as well. Finally, let me take this opportunity to call each one of us to join hands in making research innovation effective with a focus on shaping a brighter future for all in the East African community. I wish you a very engaging, and successful conference. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Professor Rai. Professor Rai is also a former Vice Chancellor. The only thing I would like to add, and as I urge universities in Kenya to take advantage of the many opportunities that are there with the IUCA, is that IUCA is funded by partner states. And so it is your tax that runs that organization. And if I'm not wrong, Kenya is one of the good contributors to the, we can think you can give Kenya a hand. So we really want to thank you, Waziri, for that support. But I want to encourage universities, please visit the IUCA booth. There are many opportunities that sometimes we don't take advantage of, and we could benefit from that. And I think Professor Rai and his team will be happy to explain the ways in which you can benefit as a Kenyan university from IUCEA activities. Honorable CS, now allow me to invite the very reverend professor from the Catholic University, Professor Mbugua. Please come and make your remarks. Let's give him a hand as he comes. I told you we have to be nice to him.
Thank you very much, Professor. Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education. Dr. Beatrice Muganda Inyangala, Principal Secretary, the State Department for Higher Education and Research, Ministry of Education, Kenya. Professor Chacha Nyaigoti Chacha, Chairperson, Commission for University Education Board. Professor Mike Korea, Commission Secretary and CEO, Commission for University Education. Monica Blagescu, Head of Education, Kenya British Council. Professor Gaspard Banyakimbona, Executive Secretary, Inter-University Council for Eastern Africa, represented by Professor Idris Rai. Professor Daniel Mugendi, Vice Chancellor, University of Embu, and Chairperson, Vice Chancellors of Public Universities, Kenya. Vice Chancellors present, principals, the faculty, the distinguished guests, and all the participants, all the academics, researchers, and institution officials present here today, good morning. I would like to thank the Commission for University Education for inviting me to give a brief speech on behalf of the private universities. We are excited about this. Honorable CS, sir, I bring the regards and good wishes from the Kenya Association of Private Universities. And we also wish you well in your work as you serve our institutions. The Biennial Conference on the Status of Research and Innovation in Universities in Kenya is key to our country's development. Kenya universities appreciate the creation of this platform for research and innovation. In the past, university dons were told publish or perish. This academic adage has evolved, my brothers and sisters. Today, I can dare to tell you, my fellow academics, that if one does not innovate through research, he or she will truly perish. As custodians of research and innovation, universities have to be at the forefront of such transformation. African universities play a crucial role in driving systemic transformation across the continent through research and innovation. These institutions are central to knowledge production and dissemination, and they are uniquely positioned to address Africa's complex challenges and leverage its past opportunities. By fostering a culture of innovation, promoting interdisciplinary research, and forming strategic partnerships, African universities, and Kenya included, can initiate transformative changes that positively impact society. I believe that the new competency competence-based curriculum and the competence-based education in Kenya is poised to upscale the next level of transformative research and innovation in our country. To catalyze systemic transformation, universities must prioritize developing robust research ecosystems. These include investing in infrastructure, providing adequate funding, and creating a conducive environment and incentives for research and innovation. Such specialized centers enable universities to address specific regional and national challenges effectively. Complex society issues often require interdisciplinary approaches, and universities can promote interdisciplinary research by breaking down traditional academic silos and encouraging collaboration across different fields and disciplines. The African Institute for Mathematical Science exemplifies this by integrating mathematics with other disciplines to solve real-world problems. The graduates of such institution have applied their skills in areas such as data science, epidemiology, environmental modeling, showcasing the power of interdisciplinary research, among others. In this case, research is poised to solve societal problems and create new frontiers for spurring growth. Publishing high-quality research in reputable journals is essential for universities to gain global recognition and influence policy. Universities can enhance research output and quality by providing faculty and students with access to research resources, mentorship, and professional development opportunities. For example, the University of Ghana has launched initiatives like the Office of Research, Innovation and Development to support researchers in securing funding and disseminating of their findings and innovations. Innovation hubs and incubators within universities can serve as breeding grounds for new ideas and startups, and the spaces that provide entrepreneurship with the resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities to develop and scale their innovations. An example of such a model is the Innovation Hub at Strathmore University in Kenya, which supports students and alumni in transforming their ideas into viable businesses. The hub has facilitated the creation of several successful startups, contributing to the economic growth and job creation. Similarly, I would like to state that the Catholic University of Eastern Africa has initiated an innovation hub that is 3 years, tapping into the talents of both faculty and students. This hub has led to successful initiatives in technology and also strategic information availability to the customers. We continue to do everything that can be done to ensure that such innovations and being able to bring research into business are reality in our country. Embedding entrepreneurship education into university curricula can equip students with the skills needed to innovate and start their own ventures. Our universities can develop courses and programs focusing on business development, financial literacy, and innovation management, not only for the students, but for the small businesses and lesser educated persons to spur such a growth. For instance, Kenyan universities offer entrepreneurship development program that prepares students to launch and sustain successful enterprises. About collaboration with industry, collaboration between universities and industries can innovate and can drive innovation by aligning academic research with market needs. Our universities can establish partnerships with the private sector companies to conduct such research, develop new technologies, enhance the existing technologies, and commercialize innovations. The University of Lagos in Nigeria has successfully partnered with the tech companies to develop solutions in areas such as fintech and e-health. We need such a framework, Honorable CS, with industry collaboration in Kenya at all levels, where students can be taken for apprenticeship and integration into industry. The Kenya National Innovation Authority, the National Research Fund, can place such partnerships as one of their own strategies. Public health remains a critical challenge across Africa. Universities can play a key role in addressing health issues through research and innovation. For example, the University of Ibadan has made significant contributions to health research, particularly in malaria and infectious diseases, leading to improvement diagnostic tools and treatment protocols that also needs to be emulated by our universities. In the area of agriculture, which is the backbone of many African economies, yet it faces numerous challenges. Our universities can drive agricultural innovations by researching sustainable farming practices, crop improvement, and pest management. The International Institute of Tropical Agriculture has developed high-yielding, disease-resistant crop varieties that have significantly boosted agricultural productivity across the continent by leveraging technology and digital transformation. Digital education can expand access to learning and bridge education gaps. Africa universities can leverage online platforms and digital tools to provide flexible learning opportunities. The Open University of Kenya is an example of how digital education can enhance access to higher education by offering online degree programs in partnership with the several universities. Data and artificial intelligence can transform various sectors, including healthcare, agriculture, and education. Kenya universities can lead in AI research and applications. The AI Research Lab at the University of Pretoria in South Africa conducts cutting-edge research with applications in areas like medical diagnostics, precision agriculture, and smart cities. AI should open new horizons for learning and research, where universities can change their tact of embracing it without compromising quality, like plagiarism and impersonalized research. Bwana CSR, we also need the partnerships with international universities and research institutions that can enhance the research capacity of African universities. They have had this for a long time, and they can mentor and model us into this. These collaborations provide access to global expertise, funding, and research network. The Kenyan Research Universities Alliance and African Research Universities Alliance can foster collaboration among leading African universities and their global counterparts, strengthening research and capacity and addressing shared challenges. To influence policy and drive systemic change, universities must engage, and governments and policymakers must collaborate in such undertakings. Our universities can contribute by providing evidence-based research and policy recommendations. The Partnerships for African Social and Governance Research works with African universities to conduct policy relevant research and training impact areas such as governance, social protection, and education. Finally, Mr. CS, collaboration with the civil society organizations can amplify the impact of university research and innovation. So CSOs often have deep community connections and can help implement and scale innovation. The University of Nairobi's, Professor Kiama is here, don't be proud. The University of Nairobi's partnerships with the African Center for Technology Studies exemplifies this approach, working on projects related to climate change, adaptation, sustainable agriculture, and technology policy. Our partnerships with the NGOs and CSOs can facilitate such innovative ideas. In conclusion, we need as Kenyan universities to have the potential to be powerful catalysts for systemic transformation through research and innovation. By building robust research ecosystems, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship, addressing society challenges, leveraging technology, and forging strategic partnerships can drive significant and sustainable change across our country and beyond. As centers of knowledge and innovation, the universities are crucial to the continent's and global progress and development, and their role in catalyzing systemic transformation cannot be overstated. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Professor Mbugua, for already beginning on some of the great topics that are going to be discussed during this conference. I think in your speech, there's quite a number of things that we could be talking about in the course of the conference. So thank you very much. Honorable CS, now allow me to invite Professor Mugendi to come and make his remarks on behalf of himself and also the Vice Chancellors of Public Universities. Karibu, Prof, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much, Professor Kuria, the Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda Inyangara, Professor Chacha Nyaigot Chacha, Bondi Chair, Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, CEO, Commission for University Education, the very Reverend Professor Father Stephen Mbugua, Chair, Vice Chancellors, Private Universities, and also Vice Chancellor, Catholic University, Madam Monica, End of Education, Kenya British Council, Dr. Dorothy Vieira, Director, DAND, Regional Office, Nairobi, Deputy Executive Secretary in the University Council for East Africa, Dr. Idris Rai, Dr. Andara, CEO, NRIF, all the Vice Chancellors who are present today, and other CEOs who are also present. Conference organizers, participants, and presenters, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I want to take this opportunity to thank the conference organizers for giving me this opportunity to make some remarks on behalf of my colleagues, vice chancellors, and principals of constituent university colleges, and the entire community of scholars and researchers in our public universities. We are proud to be associated with the Commission for and the 4th Biennial Conference on Universities, Research and Innovation, whose theme is Catalyzing System Social Transformation through Research and Innovation. The conference comes at a critical time in the history of higher education, promoting human and societal development through research and innovation. Research has also assumed greater significance in increasingly being evaluated based on how well the country can harness technology, knowledge generation, and expertise for the service provision and also solving community problems. Traditionally, universities have had 3 missions: 1, teaching and learning; 2, research and scholarship; 3, community service. In addition to the above, the current trend is to include innovation and entrepreneurship as new areas of focus in the university's mission and vision. Many countries have moved to maximize on the benefits of publicly funded research to accelerate innovation and knowledge transfer, and in turn, fuel economic growth. As a consequence, universities and research organizations worldwide are becoming more business-focused. They have shifted focus from doing research for knowledge's sake to research for development of new technologies and innovation for industry. Many are already leaping from strengthening university-industry links and embracing intellectual property ownership by way of institutional patents and licenses. Publicly funded research contributes in many ways at all stages of knowledge generation and innovation process. We are grateful to the government for establishing the National Research Fund, NRIF, to mobilize, allocate, and manage financial resources to facilitate an effective national research and innovation system. However, according to a UNESCO report mapping research and innovation in the Republic of Kenya, published in 2023, the national expenditure on research is 0.8% of GDP against a target of 2%. It is our humble appeal through our CS to the government to gradually increase the allocation to research until we reach the desired target. My hope is that this conference will help us to stimulate effort towards increasing understanding of the long-term contribution of the complex relationship between public investment in research and sustainable development. In conclusion, I wish to convey our appreciation as universities to the Commission for University Education for bringing us together in this forum to discuss the current state of research in our universities. This is also a great opportunity to showcase our impactful research work across diverse disciplines, highlighting Kenya's universities' contribution to addressing critical societal challenges. I wish you all the best in the engagement for the next 3 days and the next 3 days that we won't be here, as we seek to enhance research in our universities and inspire the next generation of researchers and innovators. Let us use the reflections to take stock of how we can continue to harness the power of research for the country's development. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Mugendi, and the challenges that you have thrown at us. And we make sure that in the next 3 days, we really discuss on some of those issues that are coming up and see how we can move forward and help Kenya transform through research and innovation coming out of our universities. Honorable CS, now I would like to invite the chairman for the Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha Nyaigoti Chacha, who will make his remarks, invite the permanent secretary, and who will then invite you to give your remarks. Karibu sana, Prof. Let us welcome him.
Thank you, Mike. Bwana Waziri, I need to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank you for your commitment to matters higher education, university education, and indeed the entire education system. With your very strong, able PS, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala. Dr. Machogu, you have continued to ensure that all levels of education are given critical attention, and for us at the Commission for University Education, we thank you a lot for always allowing us to interact with you on matters of university education. I would like, besides that, to recognize the leadership of both private and public universities through their able chairpersons, because they have shown their commitment to understanding the interface and the interaction between the Commission for University Education and the university institutions. Also, let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of our good friends, Monica, the British Council that you represent in this meeting, Dorothy, the DAD that you represent in this system. I would like to mention that both of these friends have always been here. We have been here with the British Council. Some of us, when we were going to the university, we cherished the opportunity to gain the scholarships to study in UK and the other Commonwealth countries through the sponsorship of the British Council. In 1990s, for example, I, being a young scholar, led a delegation of the Commission for Higher Education, which was fully sponsored by the British Council, to go and learn and investigate the relationship between what universities were doing and what the industry wanted, the industries, and the relationship between the institutions of higher learning and the production areas, so that we could enhance our economic development through the participation of university education by focusing on critical areas in our curriculum. Later on, while I was serving as the CEO of the Higher Education Loans Board, we came to meet a great man from the DAD, Christoph Hansard, who introduced me to the various rudiments of what DAD did to ensure that higher education in this region could grow. And for those of you who are old enough to appreciate the fact that for 10 years at the Inter-University Council, we worked very strongly with the DAD to institutionalize the quality assurance in our universities. So the two supporters, we thank you very much, and I would like the delegation to give you some recognition by clapping their hands. It has always been my pleasure to serve in higher education areas, and Professor Idris, you may wish to take note of the fact that when we landed in Kampala in the year 2000 to revitalize the Inter-University Council, a number of individuals in this room were looking forward to that organization doing what it is currently doing. We thank you very much, and we wish to give our appreciation through you to the institution which has exhibited here and which we shall all try to visit the exhibition in order to learn more about what we're doing. I want to say that on behalf of the Commission for University Education, it is my immense gratification that I extend a warm welcome to all of you who are in this conference. The Commission serves as a national custodian of the university education in Kenya. It is entrusted with the critical mandate of outlined in the University Act. Amongst other core functions are severally directly pertain to promoting quality research and innovation within our institutions. We are tasked with advising the Cabinet Secretary on the relevant policies, setting out standards on quality university education that encompass internationally recognized best practices, and undertaking regular inspections and evaluations to ensure that universities comply with these established standards. Furthermore, the Commission plays a vital role in approving university programs, ensuring a robust academic environment that fosters the cutting-edge research and knowledge creation. This conference, therefore, is a potent platform for discourse on critical themes that define the future of Kenyan universities, but perhaps all the universities in the region, since, as has been said, we belong to the larger area of the East African University Common Area. We will explore strategies to nurture a generation of graduates equipped not only with academic prowess, but who process the critical thinking, problem solving, and technological fluence necessary to navigate the dynamic challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. We will develop and delve into fostering a robust research ecosystem within our universities, one that prioritizes ethical conduct, embraces interdisciplinarity, collaboration, and leverages advancements in technology to propel groundbreaking discoveries. We will examine the complexities and opportunities presented by the digital innovation. And you know, currently we are faced with the challenges coming from artificial intelligence, technology, and we need to place our universities in a position to take advantage of all these innovations which are happening in the world of science, technology, and all the other disciplines that universities are engaged in. With these critical themes in mind, and in anticipation of insightful deliberations to follow, I'm particularly honored to invite the PS, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala, to come and make her remarks, and consequently or thereafter invite the Cabinet Secretary, who will then officially inaugurate and open this meeting. Thank you for listening to me. Okay, I think then maybe you... Let me make one statement about what I wanted to make. The Commission for Higher Education, which later became the Commission for University Education, has been actually the basis on how we have grown all the higher education and the university sector. Mr. Cabinet Secretary, the great PS you have was working in our organization, and I'm sure that the skills that we instilled in them, including so many vice chancellors who have come from the commission, underscores a statement about the quality of engagement that our organization, the Commission for University Education, entails. I am very proud to welcome Dr. Inyangala to speak before she invites the Cabinet Secretary. Asanteni sana.
Our chief guest, our very honorable Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, our chairman, Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha Nyaigoti Chacha, other chairmen of SAGAs present, chancellors present, our partners, Monica of the British Council, Dorothy of DAD, and Professor Rai of the Inter-University Council of East Africa, our very generous host, Commission Secretary for Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, Professor Stephen Bugwa, the Chair of Private University Vice Chancellors, Professor Daniel Mugendi, the Chair of Vice Chancellors of Public Universities, other Vice Chancellors present and CEOs of SAGAs, principals of university constituent colleges present, exhibitors, researchers, scholars, distinguished guests. Good morning. On behalf of the State Department for Higher Education and Research, I wish to extend a most cordial welcome to this esteemed gathering for the 4th Biennial Conference on University Research and Innovation. This conference signifies a potent synergy, a collective commitment to fostering a vibrant research and innovation ecosystem that serves as a catalyst for transformative societal change. Many of you may be familiar with my prior dedication to the pursuit of research excellence. Witnessing firsthand the transformative power of research ignited a passion that continues to fuel my unwavering support for its advancement within our esteemed universities. The State Department for Higher Education and Research is steadfast in its commitment to fulfill its core mandate in the areas of university education policy and management, science, technology, and innovation policy, and the governance of public universities and constituent colleges. It is gratifying to note that this conference serves as a strategic platform for us to delve into the sub-themes that define our shared aspirations. We will explore strategies to cultivate a generation of graduates who are not merely equipped with knowledge, but possess the critical and creative expertise to thrive in the dynamic workforce of tomorrow, whose skills are yet to be defined. We will also focus on fostering a research ecosystem that is not only robust, but also fosters ethical practices. It is our responsibility to develop inquisitive minds with the right values, right from the basic education to our universities, using innovative pedagogies. And I really want to applaud the organizers of this conference for bringing our young people to this conference. Can we give our young people a round of applause? Let me also commend the organizers of this conference for bringing the issue of sustainability to center stage. Sustainable development is a critical global challenge, and this conference provides a platform for exploring the various ways that research can be leveraged to achieve this transformative goal. It is also not lost to us that the digital revolution has irrevocably reshaped our world, presenting both opportunities as well as challenges. We will navigate these complexities by drawing on the affordances of technology, the digital superhighway infrastructure, and new knowledge emanating from your research. I am confident that our universities are a bastion of knowledge and talent. The Research and Innovation exhibition will offer a tangible testament to the ingenuity and dedication present within our universities. The State Department for Higher Education and Research, guided by the legal framework on science, technology, and innovation, as well as session paper number 1 of 2019 on a policy framework for reforming education and training for sustainable development in Kenya, remains steadfast in its unwavering commitment to mobilize resources for expanding the scope of research to cover all sectors of our economy. But we are also aware that we cannot do this alone, and we are therefore very grateful for the efforts that our universities are making through North-South and South-South collaborations to augment the resources from the Exchequer. I want to reiterate that our commitment is multifaceted, from enhancing access, equity, equality, and the relevance of university education, promoting the integration of research, science, technology, and innovation throughout our educational landscape, to fostering the development of science and technology within our universities. We know that by empowering future generations to contribute to strategic disciplines through research and innovation, we propel industrial and economic development in pursuit of our national development goals as articulated in the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, our Vision 2030 blueprint, which are, of course, aligned to Africa Agenda 2063 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I want to assure you that as a government, we are ready to utilize the research that's coming from our universities, not only to create an enabling policy environment, but also to create programs that drive socio-economic transformation. And now, with that assurance, it is my singular honor to welcome our esteemed Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Dr. Ezekiel Machogu, to address you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning. Yeah, good morning once again, all of you. Yeah, thank you very much. Dr. Petrus Muganda Nyangara, Principal Secretary, the State Department for Higher Education and Research, Professor Chacha Nyaigoti Chacha, the Chairman, Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, the Chief Executive Officer, Commission for University Education, Professor Daniel Mugendi, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Embu, and also the Chair of the Association of Vice Chancellors of our public universities in Kenya, the very Reverend Professor Father Stephen Mbowa, the Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of East Africa, and the Chair of the Association of Vice Chancellors of Private Universities in Kenya, Monica, the Head of Education for the British Council in Kenya, the Chief Executive Officers present, the Chairman of our state agencies, the Vice Chancellors, Principals of our university colleges, distinguished speakers and facilitators in this conference. Chairman, as I prepared my thoughts about what to speak with you about this morning during the opening of this conference, my reflections was related around the global academic sphere, particularly in the trajectory of our local universities and what they need to take and to do in order to catch up with the other world-class institutions that have a unique ecosystem in which intellectual inquiries and discoveries thrive and the frontiers of human knowledge which remain endless. For a long time, as we have had many meetings, we have focused and concentrated our discussions in many meetings, such as this, on funding issues facing our higher education institutions, many of which drove our public universities into pending bills amounting to more than 70 billion. Today, I want to focus more on some of the issues that I consider fundamental. If we stand a chance of making our universities the jewels in our crown that can compete for international students with other world-class institutions. I state on the outset that the Kenya Kwanza government is keen on ensuring that there is a conducive and favorable governance structures in our universities that are born out of strategic vision, innovation, and desirable resource use. Our universities must work with greater efficiency and effectiveness in the delivery of their core mandate. Indeed, to match the world-class universities, we must step up to ensure that we produce outputs and outcomes that are critical to our nation's knowledge base and innovative capacity. More fundamentally, we should create knowledge and scientific breakthrough that support long-term economic growth as envisaged under the bottom-up economic transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, this foregrounding makes me feel honored to have been invited to preside over the official opening of the 4th Biennial Conference, whose theme is catalyzing systemic social transformation through research and innovation. Those of you who were here, I think, in the month of March, we had almost a similar conference involving 12 African countries under the organization we call PASET, which brought together the 12 ministers of those countries and the vice chancellors, including the vice chancellor of the University of Rwanda and others were in that conference, almost discussing the same kind of topic. Last month, equally, I had a meeting of the 56 Commonwealth countries, of which Kenya is the chair, and therefore I'm chairing that particular group in London with the Secretary General of Commonwealth, and we were for 3 days discussing almost the same topic and coming up with various recommendations. Thereafter, we also had a forum that takes place each and every year, again bringing together top policy makers in the entire world in London, and we were discussing this same topic, research and innovation. I'm happy, as my peers said, that we have students here. Again, the University of Harvard in Boston invited me among the few ministers last year in November, and for the 2 weeks in Harvard, what I saw, I was very much amazed. The students in the undergraduate studies, the postgraduate students are doing a lot of research, a lot of innovation. The 2 weeks, that is what I was able to witness, that is what I was able to confirm, and I'm looking forward to to seeing the same kind of situation in our universities. Actually, if you go to that university, it is not even the professors doing the kind of research we get from that particular university, but the students. If our background is anything to go by, then the theme of the conference could not have come at a better time than now, when the Kenya Kwanza government is implementing the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. I therefore commend the Commission for University Education for mobilizing universities and other higher education stakeholders for a candid dialogue and strategic thinking around the theme of this conference. By organizing this conference, the Commission for University Education is living up to its mandate, which includes promoting research and innovation. I'm therefore glad to know that through this conference, the Commission is providing participants with an opportunity to do the following. 1, exhibit impactful research across diverse disciplines, highlighting Kenyan universities' contributions to addressing critical societal challenges. 2, dialogue and exchange knowledge between universities, industry, and government stakeholders to drive collaborative research and innovation. 3, benchmark against international best practices to identify areas for improvement and inform future-oriented education reforms in Kenya. 4, disseminate research findings and inspire the next generation of researchers and innovators. I am confident that with the diverse pool of experts attending this conference, there will be a lively discourse on research findings, experiences, and achievements across various disciplines. I challenge this conference and our academic and research fraternity in general to infuse their expertise and transformational ideas in the country's efforts to actualize Vision 2030. This way, we will be contributing the bottom-up economic transformation agenda that seeks to accelerate Kenya's transformation into a newly industrialized, middle-income country that provides a high quality of life to all its citizens in a clean and secure environment in line with Vision 2030. I am glad to know that the conference extends its reach beyond the confines of academia by welcoming not only practitioners in the higher education sector, but also government decision makers, industry players, international partners, researchers, and students. I'm especially glad to learn that students were deliberately targeted for this conference. Indeed, the only way to secure a prosperous and sustainable future is to harness and mentor talented students in our higher education institutions. And I will, Chairman, like also to listen, finally, even if I will not be here, to the contribution that is made by our students. In actual fact, I know there are many experts, but I hope somewhere we will be able to give an opportunity to our students, because that is our main focus. Our renowned scholars, researchers, industrialists, technocrats, and professionals should use this forum to engage and reflect on research outputs, innovations, and technology with a view to sharing and adding knowledge with the academic world. With the reforms in our education system gathering pace, I challenge this conference to focus on implementation of the competence-based education and generate ideas that will continue making the rollout a success. Other areas I suggest you dive into deeply should include the use of artificial intelligence and its capacity to personalize learning, enhance teaching, and support student success, bridging the skills gap between graduates and industry needs, developing innovative funding models for equal access to education, and leveraging the digital superhighway for economic growth and creative economy. I hope our universities, researchers, you know where the world is now. The fourth industrial revolution. The first one, as Africa, as Kenya, it's like we were spectators. The second, the third, equally so. Where are we now? In the fourth industrial revolution, where the entire world is talking about AI, robotics, which is going to be revolutionary, transformative in many ways, and we cannot be able to remain behind. And we expect the universities to take the lead in this, because unless you do, then it means that Kenya and Africa in general will still be lagging behind when the rest of the world, particularly the North, is really moving forward. The government has invested heavily in university education. There are high expectations that this investment will bear fruit, that will change the lives of the citizens of this country. The student-centered funding model rolled out last year is testimony to the government's commitment to university education. Similarly, the government's pronouncement to allocate 2% of the country's GDP to research activities through the National Research Fund is indicative of a firm commitment to elevate the profile of research work in Kenya in the coming days. It is therefore incumbent upon universities as leaders in knowledge creation, research, and innovation to find solutions to the myriad of challenges in our society. While appreciating the progress made, universities need to do more in terms of research and outreach to make an impact on society. We need to see more collaborations and partnerships between universities, industry, and communities. Similarly, linkages between the universities and the industry will be more robust, especially now as the country prepares to usher in the competence-based education at the higher education level. I urge universities to proactively take leadership in taking the industry in key activities such as curriculum development, internship, co-teaching, and evaluation activities. It is through such collaboration that students will be better prepared for the world of work. Research, innovation, and technology transfer is what drives this country to the next frontier in development. More importantly, it is the commercialization of research outputs that will be the game changer. To realize this, there is a need for a seamless linkage between universities, industry, and the community. Opportunities for creating linkages with universities exist in public corporations and infrastructural projects like the SGL, national highways construction, and the real estate development like the housing project that the government is undertaking in almost each and every county in this country. Research centers like KEFRI, and AMREF and others that work with international partners using cutting-edge technology, especially in agriculture, health, and forestry, are ideal for working closely with the universities to come up with new products in frontier fields in health, industry, agriculture, and environmental conservation. I look forward to seeing operationalized innovative collaborative initiatives that will come out of this conference, driving and catalyzing the much needed and desired socio-economic transformation in this country. In conclusion, I urge each and every one of you to take advantage of this conference to network and build lasting relationships anchored on scholarly engagement and commitment to research and innovation. I challenge you to make sure that this conference comes up with the following outcomes. Chairman and CEO and all of us, kindly let it not be a discussion, and as we live here, we are not able to come up with something. You know, I like that anything we do, every after 3 months, if not less, I'm able to get progress on what was so far achieved. And for this particular one, is not an exception. I will be expecting the same. One, a comprehensive communique outlining actionable policy, regulatory, and practice recommendations to inform the future of university education in Kenya. This document will address critical areas even like curriculum reform, skills development, and sustainable funding models. Actionable cooperation strategies for partnerships at the local, regional, and global levels designed to increase investment and mobilize resources for supporting high-quality research and innovation initiatives. And this is very key because it forms the major part of our discussion this morning. 3, proposed guidelines for universities to equip students with the future-oriented skills like critical thinking, creativity, digital literacy, and adaptability to thrive in the ever-evolving professional landscape. Those of you know the core competencies which we are starting from the lower level all the way up to the highest level. It includes some of these characteristics I've named here, where critical thinking and digital literacy are among the very key. So we would also like to know what kind of recommendations are coming out of this from this conference this day. Finally, it is my pleasure to declare the 4th biennial conference officially open, and I wish you all fruitful discussions. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable CS, for your words of wisdom and the challenges that you have given us. We promise to deliver. I would like to hand over the meeting now to be guided. I believe there are 1 or 2 housekeeping announcements to be made by my team. I hand over to you, Dr. Muthaka.
Thank you, our chief guest, for opening the 4th biennial conference, and the distinguished guest for your remarks. We are going to proceed as follows. We'll have the chief guests and the other distinguished guests take a photo with the following groups. All the speakers who are invited. We also have our vice chancellors. We also have our former vice chancellors, the commission staff, then the CEOs of state corporations who are present. We'll call upon those photos and where to take them, to be here. The second announcement is after this, we shall have a visit to the exhibitions, all of us, but led by the distinguished guests. During the same time, we want to take time to see what is being exhibited by our institutions. During the same time, we will go for a tea break, also all of us, and we shall congregate back here in the amphitheater at around 12:30 to start the next session. So for now, I'll call upon the team that is organizing for the photo session, and I'll request our CEO and the chief guest, the chair, the PS, and our 2 chairpersons of the public and private universities associations to come down for the photo. We'll be led by our colleague, Ruth Taylor, for the photo session. We need to tell them.
Thank you. Our chief guest, we are honored to have you. We'll humbly request you to step down for our brief photo session as guided. So once the CS, our chief guest, the CS, is seated, we can have the first floor of our guest for today. All the speakers of today, we can have you join the Cabinet Secretary for a brief photo session. So we can have some of us seated and the rest we can stand just behind the CS. Thank you very much. After that, we'll invite, the next will be our VCs in the auditorium, current and former VCs. We'll humbly request you to join in the photo. Our VCs. The rest, we can exit. Our guests for today, we can exit. Thank you very much. Let's have our VCs, and we're really glad to have you. Thank you for honoring the invitation. As we take the session with the VCs, the current and the former, I'll request the commissioners from Commission for University Education, our board members present, just to be ready. Our VCs are so many, and we are proud of you, VCs. Thank you so much for showing up. You have made us proud. Thank you. We appreciate you. Asanteni sana. Next on stage, I'll humbly request the CUE commissioners present, board members from the Commission for University Education present. And as we have our commissioners, I'll request all the staff of Commission for University Education get prepared. Our commissioners present, thank you very much, Prof. Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. I'll request Commission staff present. Commission for University Education staff present. Let's seize the moment and have a photo with our CS and the guests. Asanteni sana. Okay, I'm here. Commission staff, and you'll allow me to join them as one of the commission staff. Oh, thank you very much, Commission staff, colleagues. We are grateful for your effort to make this day a success. And allow me, Bwana CS, with your permission, to invite all the students, all the scholars present here today to come and have a photo with our CS. All the students, thank you very much for being fast, students. Let's try to hurry. Thank you, students. Please keep coming. We are the future. Let's keep coming and have this session with the CS. The students are here in numbers. Thank you for coming, students. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Finally, Bwana CS will have the last shot with representatives from the Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education members present herein today. Our parent ministry present. Thank you very much, sir. Please keep coming. Ministry of Education representatives. Oh, sorry, I'm reminded, all the CEOs present, sorry, okay, let's first have the CEOs, then as we have the CEOs, we'll have all the chairpersons represented here in today. The CEOs. Okay, let's have them together. The CEOs and the chairpersons present, kindly. Let's keep coming. Thank you very much. Keep coming. Okay, keep coming, they're coming. Haya, shika uongee mambo ya gift.
Yes, thank you for the guests. We need now to just hand over a small gift to the Honorable CS and PS. To give it, given by our CEO and also the chair. So you have just a small gift of appreciation for the CS. And then another small gift for the PS. We can clap. So thank you very much. We are proceeding to the exhibition. Let's join our guests for exhibition.
Woi, toka. Nataka president.
Yes.
Yes, see somebody's preparing. Thank you, and keep it up. Thank you. Oh, I was reading things.
We also
Inama, nenda chini.
Thank you, and keep it up.
Karibu kumaliza. Anasema iko sawa. Kama iko sawa, namsikia. Ambao jamaa itatoka. Hata nikusikie. Like chini. Amenibua yani. Naelekea huko. Hapo ndipo tunaelekea. They are taking care of us.
24 hours. Anything is here?
Habari za leo. Naendelea vizuri.
How is 24 is this one in Kiamburu moto?
Karibu na barabara. Nasema shoti ingine tunaipatia wapi?
Nilikuwa nataka kuweka tutoe beti niwekele katisho. Sawa.
Demo.
Yes, good to see you. Where are you? Oi, oi, oi. Watu wanalewa. Sina pesa. I know you are in the process. Work hard.
Getting a center. Yes.
KNQA.
Yes.
How are you?
We are fine. Now we launched the RPL, the recognition of prior learning, and we are currently...
No, that's what we did.
Yeah.
What I expect from you now is tell me that that number of certification centers, that in each and every county, these are the certification centers we established.
Yes, we are working on the national database. Yes, we are working on the national database.
Sasa au tukamshiria nataka kuona the ile centers to establish and even the number that you have been able to certify.
That is what we are working on, which we call the national database of national qualifications.
How are you? This is
Zitek University. Zitek University.
Yes.
Yeah, where we invent our future. So we are very much focused on technology and innovations. So here we have what we call air quality measurement. So what we do right now, if I was to ask you, how good is the air that you are breathing? In terms of, we have what we call air quality index. So air quality index tells you the quality of the air you're breathing. So people like who are affected by asthma. So it can
very good, very good. So you guys, it's something which will be able to ensure that they are breathing exactly.
Yes.
So what are how many trees are we take your madam? Now happy.
Give me hazard.
How many?
Myself. Planted around.
Yeah, because you know what you are doing, so-called planting trees. Keyword that is what you will give us, proper, fresh air. So unajua kazi ya miti, kila mtu apanda mti. Guys, how are you? How are you guys? Madam, how are you?
Design for research, innovation, engineering, and technology. Now put up.
How far is this?
Classrooms.
How far has it gone? What percent?
54%. But we are targeting to
If only it can be
We are targeting to finish
accelerated.
If only
by
it
August.
can
We accelerate.
start working.
Yeah,
And then we'll have something
There.
similar.
Hatua kwa hatua.
Something
You think
similar.
you'll start launch the program by December or January?